With shows like Yellowstone, 1883, and That Dirty Black Bag performing well on streaming services, it's clear that the television Western is alive and well. But if you went back to the 40s, 50s, and 60s, you'd find a sizable chunk of the programming on the airwaves was dedicated to chronicling the bygone era of the Wild West. One such Western from the late 50s and early 60s was Have Gun Will Travel. For its first 4 seasons, this CBS series rated number 3 or 4 in the Nielsen ratings. It was so popular it even spawned a successful radio version. It starred Richard Boone as the hero Paladin, a gentleman mercenary who preferred to settle matters without violence but seldom ever got the chance. While his real name was never given, it was revealed Paladin was previously a renowned dueling champion, a Civil War veteran, and a West Point grad. He wasn't your typical Western hero. He had a permanent residence at the Hotel Carlton in San Francisco. There he lived the life of a successful businessman and bon viveur. He donned expensive suits, drank the finest of wines, and attended the opera. He was also a master chess player and fencer. He was trained in martial arts and is seen in multiple episodes getting instruction from a kung fu master in the Bay Area. And being an educated man, he was able to quote philosophy, classic literature, case law, and was a polyglot. Have Gun Will Travel was a fine series to say the least. It premiered in 1957 and ran until 1963. Many of the actors who appeared in the program have since passed away, though. Join Factsverse as we discover how each of the Have Gun Will Travel cast members passed away. Richard Boone. Richard A. Boone was born June 18, 1917 in Los Angeles. He was the middle child of Kirk E. Boone, a corporate lawyer, and Cecile Boone, a homemaker. He was the 4th great-grandson of American frontiersman Squire Boone, the brother of the legendary Daniel Boone. After graduating from Hoover High School in Glendale, California, Richard attended Stanford University. He eventually dropped out, however, to work as an oil rigger, painter, writer, and bartender. In 1941, he joined the Navy and served on several ships in the Pacific during World War II. He saw combat as an aviation ordnanceman, tail gunner, and air crewman. By the time he was discharged, he had earned the rank of Petty Officer First Class. Boone was introduced to acting while attending San Diego Army and Navy Academy in Carlsbad, California. After the war was over, he used the GI Bill to study acting at the prestigious Actors Studio in Manhattan. He got his start acting professionally on Broadway, appearing in productions like Macbeth, The Front Page, and The Man. In 1950, Boone made his film debut, appearing in the film Halls of Montezuma. He followed that up with performances in films like Desert Fox, The Story of Rommel, Return of the Texan, and Way of a Gaucho. In 1953, Boone played Pontius Pilate in the first CinemaScope film, The Robe. The following year, he appeared in the film version of Dragnet. From 1954 to 56, he enjoyed his first significant television role when he played the lead in the NBC medical drama Medic. He received an Emmy nod in 1955 for Best Actor starring in a regular series. While starring in Medic, he appeared in films such as 10 Wanted Men, Man Without a Star, Robber's Roost, and Star in the Dust. Arguably one of the best roles of his career came in 1957 when he appeared alongside Randolph Scott in The Tall T. But Boone's next role was the biggest of his career. He was transformed into a national star when he was cast to play Paladin on Have Gun Will Travel in 1957. The role had originally been offered to Randolph Scott, but he turned it down and handed the script over to Boone, who was making 10 Wanted Men at the time. For his leading role on the show, Boone received another 2 Emmy nominations in 1959 and 60. After Have Gun Will Travel ended, Boone was given his own anthology TV series called The Richard Boone Show, which ran from 1963 to 64. He earned his 4th Emmy nomination in 1964, and The Richard Boone Show was awarded with the Golden Globe for Best Show that same year. He and his family moved to Hawaii for the next 7 years. During this period, he appeared in several more westerns, including 1964's Rio Conchos, although largely he wound his acting career down. In the 70s, he relocated once again to Florida and returned to TV and cinema with new energy. In 1972, he appeared in Jack Webb's Heck Ramsey TV series. This lasted 2 seasons. Boone continued to act until the end of the 70s, but died of throat cancer in 1981. Before we tell you more about the stars of Have Gun Will Travel, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Factsverse if you haven't already. Harry Carey Jr. Harry Carey Jr., born in 1921, appeared in more than 90 films, including quite a few John Ford westerns. He also made appearances in many TV shows. Carey was the son of Harry Carey, an actor best known for his role in Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. After serving in the Navy in World War II, Harry returned to the U.S. to work with his dad's old Hollywood buddy, director John Ford. serving in a naval photographic unit. He worked with Ford to make training films for the Navy and Office of Strategic Services. After being discharged, he took a stab, albeit unsuccessfully, at a singing career. When that didn't go anywhere, he started acting in the John Ford Stock Company with his father. This ultimately led to him having a prolific acting career. Some of his biggest credits were films like Tombstone, Gremlins, and The Exorcist III. On TV, he appeared in shows like Knight Rider, Little House on the Prairie, and The Virginian, just to name a few. Cary Jr. appeared in 12 episodes of Have Gun Will Travel in various roles, including that of Earl Tibner, Thad Taylor, and Ben Murdoch. He died of natural causes at age 91 in Santa Barbara, California. Stewart East. Sadly, we know very little about this actor. We do know East was born in 1913. He was best known for his roles in shows like Have Gun Will Travel, The Buccaneer, and The Richard Boone Show. He passed away of natural causes February 18, 2007 in Woodland Hills, California. Hal Needham. Needham was the highest paid and most prolific stuntman around back in his day and had the scars to prove it. Throughout his career, he broke 56 bones, punctured a lung, broke his back twice, and had several of his teeth knocked out. He appeared in over 4,500 TV episodes and over 300 feature-length films as a stuntman, stunt coordinator, and director. His first big break was working as a stunt double for Richard Boone on Have Gun Will Travel. As a screenwriter, he helped bring some of the most financially successful action comedy films to the big screen. He made his directorial debut with 1977's Smokey and the Bandit and followed that up with movies like Hooper and The Cannonball Run. Needham died of cancer October 25, 2013 in LA. He was 82. Kam Tong. Born in 1906, Tong was a Chinese-American actor best known for his role as Hey Boy on Have Gun Will Travel. He also gained widespread recognition for his role as Dr. Lee in the film adaptation of Flower Drum Song. Perhaps due to racial discrimination prevalent in Hollywood at the time, Tong was never given a regular featured credit on Have Gun Will Travel, despite appearing on the series extensively. He also made appearances on shows like The Man from U.N.C.L.E., The Big Valley, I Spy, and The War of Ollie Winter. While the cause of his death isn't listed anywhere, we know he passed away November 8, 1969, at age 62. Now it's time to hear from you. Who was your favorite character on Have Gun Will Travel? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Facts Verse if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.